Welcome to Recovering Addict. Tonight we are going to look at 22 simple yet effective ways to be more patient. We're going to read out of the 24-hour a day, and we're going to talk about when are we going to give the car away. Stay tuned right here on Recovering Addict.
And I'm an alcoholic addict.
Welcome to Recovering Addict. I'm LT and I'm an alcoholic addict.
I'm Felice, married to this hunk of a man right here who has agreed to tour the show with his shirt off.
No, Teeter, we did not agree upon that. And if you're new here, you may be wondering what Recovering Addict's all about. And what we are is a community that are just trying to get through the day and stay sober. We go through educational books. We have classes through our Discord. We have daily recovery meetings and evening recovery meetings, plus 4 live streams a week. We have 16 hours plus of recovery education and content and Zoom meetings per week, and a community that's 24 hours available ready for each other. We sit in Zoom meetings. We get to know each other. We become vulnerable. We have to feel to heal type stuff, and that's what we do together. We're all experts in the fact that we've been through it, through experience. We've been through the school of hard knocks, whatever you want to call it, the school of addiction. And we understand what it takes to get through. Some of us have years and years and years sober. Some of us only have days, and we are continually relapsing. But either way, we love each other until we learn to love ourselves. And that's what we have to offer here at Recovering Addict. If you want to get more intimate and involved with this community, join our Discord. Felice will drop the links there in the description. But tonight we're going to look at 22 yet simple, effective ways to become more patient. This is basically part 2 because we only made it through a couple of them. So I'm going to start all over on them because why not? Patience is something you would typically find listed as a positive trait, right? You wouldn't list that on your resume and say, oh, guess what I am? I'm patient, right? It's also a skill that almost everyone could improve on, right? So that's what we're really going to dive in today. We're going to look at 22 things about that. But first, I want to read the 24-hour a day from March 7th, AA Thought of the Day. Recovering Addict is not AA. We are not NA. We are just recovery. So if we cite anything, it's because we believe in what they're saying. We cite books. We cite psychologists and psychiatrists and doctors. We are an all-encompassing recovery community. If smart recovery is what you need to do. Recovery is subjective. What do you need to do to recover? And we're here to support you on that. And we go through a lot of the literatures. But today we're going to read AA Thought of the Day. There are 2 important things we have to do if we want to get sober and stay sober. First, having admitted that we are helpless before alcohol, we have to turn to our alcoholic problems. We have to turn these problems over to God and trust Him to take care of it for us. This means asking Him every morning for the strength to stay sober that day and thanking Him every night. So we start our day off, please help me to get through this day, 24 hours a day, right? One day at a time. And we can all do it together. And then in the evening, we say, thank you, God, for another day sober, right? Morning help, evening thank you. It means really leaving the problem in God's hands and not reaching to take the problem back to ourselves. Second, having given our drinking problem to God, we must cooperate with Him by doing something about it ourselves and doing these 2 things. Oh, sorry. Question. Are you doing those 2 things? Have you admitted you are helpless from alcohol and you've turned it over to God? And have you given your drinking problem to God, right? By cooperation and doing His will. So our meditation of the day is I must prepare myself by doing each day what I can do to develop spiritually and to help others to do so. God tests me and trains me and bends me to His will. If I am not properly trained, I cannot meet the test when it comes. I must want God's will for me above all else. I must not expect to have what I am not prepared for. This preparation consists of quiet communication with God every day and gradually gaining the strength I need. And our prayer of the day is, I pray that I may really try to do God's will in my affairs. I pray that I may do all I can to help others find God's will for them. And that little meditation part about being properly trained, right? I always think about, what is that? Someone's calling me on Facebook. It's Sylvia. We're live. Sylvia's calling. Oh, no,
Sylvia, she can't figure out how to find the live.
Hello. I should probably drop that link for her, huh?
Yeah. You might have to direct message her. I feel like
Cherie in the house. So yeah, she can hit her in the Discord.
Yeah.
So what it made me think of is being properly trained, man. You think about, I think about, and you've heard me say this before, but MMA fighters and boxers, look at the extensive training and how long they train for that one battle. And you know that our battles are going to be,
hold on, Sylvia,
every day, and the more we're in recovery, the few and far between they get, but sometimes they're really intense. And that's kind of how we have to take our recovery. Look at it as an MMA fighter's training for a fight. Look at it as a boxer training for a fight or a run, or any elite athlete does for their event, like those CrossFit dudes training for the CrossFit games. Train like that for your recovery. When the battle comes, you'll be more prepared and strong, and a lot stronger to take it on. And that being said, I'm LT. I have 2 times in my life destroyed things because of addiction. Back in my early 20s, in the years 2000, I became a meth addict. I was single. I didn't have any kids, and I was just a party animal. I had no desire for anything of the future. College wasn't even a thing. I was a high school dropout. I was doing just any type of job that I could do to make a few bucks and then party and get fired. And I had tons of those jobs. I painted, I did iron work. I worked at McDonald's. I worked at burger joints. I worked at Sonic. I did anything. I was a waiter, anything. Right. And ended up becoming a meth addict. And then meth took me to places that are just, how meth can be. I did a bunch of crimes, ended up getting a felony, got locked up for a year. Then I got scared straight for a while, but still smoked weed every day once I got off probation. And then I quit smoking weed to get a job. And once I got this job, I got good credit. I started being responsible, bought a house, got a family. And then in my 30s, I became a casual drinker at first, and then became a fifth a night blackout drunk. And I drank very heavily for a good 4 years. 4 years was a heavy daily whiskey drinking. The last 2 years before I quit was extremely heavy drinking, fifths a night, gallons on the weekend type thing, pretty much committing suicide with alcohol until I had to check into a detox, went to a couple IOPs. And now I'm about a year and 6 months clean. Can you believe that, y'all? Especially the ones that have been here since the beginning of this show. So
was it April 5th?
That's my experience with addiction. And I also went online and did a college little training and became a peer support specialist. And that's what this channel's about. It's a fishing hook for those who are still suffering and need instant support, free of charge, right? If you ain't got anything locally, or if you don't have insurance, or you're waiting to get into a rehab, you can jump right in, right here, right now, get involved and get the tools you're going to need and learn the tools and understand support. It's great baby steps too, I think, as well with recovering addict, because a lot of times going to a face-to-face meeting is very uncomfortable for people. And here you can test the waters first. You can sit back and watch the live stream and you don't have to comment. Nobody knows you're here. You just listen and you learn some tools. Like today, we're going to talk about patience. And then maybe you jump in the Discord and you don't say anything, maybe hi at first, and that's one little thing you said, and you stepped out of your comfort zone there, and just read the comments. You go into the recovery content, you read through some of the awesome stuff that's in there, the motivational quotes, and maybe you jump into a Zoom meeting, you leave your camera and microphone off, and you just listen for the hour, and you get to hear people. And then maybe one day you decide to turn the microphone on. Who knows? Spray Shark, thank you very much. Shout out to hashtag Spray Shark. No?
Spray Shack.
Spray Shack. Gosh dang it. Why did I say shark?
I don't know.
I saw the R at the end of the sticker and I put it in the R. My bad. Man. Love you, brother. Sorry about that. But anyway, I'm going to shut up for a minute. I'm going to let Felice say hi to everybody in the comments. Barry Allen has revealed his true identity. Oh,
actually,
not.
You can't. You can only see his face.
Good one, Barry.
You guys will never know. And I'm glad to see that Sylvia made it to the stream.
Yes, Sylvia.
Welcome, Sylvia.
You made it. Hello.
Hello.
We've been quoting you a lot.
I almost said something probably not inappropriate.
Probably. Spray Shack in the house. Y'all check out his channel. He's got he does some awesome paintings and stuff. He just lives right up like a few houses down. We like passed each other. We're like, are you a YouTuber? Are you a YouTuber? Oh shoot, we're YouTubers. It was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
And his daughter and my daughter are friends now. She's cool little girls. But anyway, I'm gonna shut up. Felice, you talk.
All right. First, oh no, go for it, Linky.
Would y'all like to know Brown's real identity?
Whoa. You guys didn't know? Link is the Flash.
Link is Barry Allen. Do you want to know Barry Allen? Everybody knows his name now.
That's my code name.
Barry Link.
All right. What is up, Brad? He was first in the chat. Win a chicken dinner.
You
Got
know what?
here
I'm
at
convinced that
7:20.
Brad jumps in, comments first to pretend like he's here, and then he leaves.
That's probably true. So really, Jenny, winner chicken dinner. Good job. Glad you could make it. What's up, Mo? It was good seeing you earlier. Michael Teeter.
I can't help but pick on Brad. He's just like that brother I got that you just could, that's just the way we talk to each other. He picks on me too, y'all. Just let you know.
No, he doesn't. It's a lie.
I can show you the
I'm just
text.
kidding. What's up, Michael? And yes, I do concur. $100, LT will do the show with the shirt off.
No, I won't.
I agreed to it.
Ain't happening. Wait till I get my summer body back.
This is my summer body. What's up, Hump? Oh, look, Brad's in here twice. Still before 8, so it doesn't count.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
Oh, look, he's talking to Mo. What's up, Green Eyed Cat?
Hey,
Good
Brian,
seeing
what's up,
you
brother?
earlier. I completely 100% agree. What's up, Lish?
Okay, I'll do it.
Shirtless.
Nah,
He says, "Don't do it."
Thank you, Uncle Daddy.
Oh, Brad doesn't want you to either.
Pass on that one. Remember when you guys challenged me to do it without my hat on? Huh? Remember when you said, I'll do this if you do the whole show without your hat, and I pulled a wool over your eyes and I put a wig on instead. Remember? I would do something like that. So
you'd put more chest hair on?
I would put a wig on my chest.
He would have the "I'm too sexy for my shirt." Remember the mesh shirts that dude wore? That's what you'd probably have on. What's up? It's creepy.
Has Brad
Humping
reached back and yelled at me
house.
yet? That's what I'm looking for.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. If he does, let me know.
Oh, yeah.
What's up,
there he
Debs?
is. Duh, that's exactly what I do. As soon as you post a reminder.
I got a joke for all of them.
Oh, Linky's got a joke.
What's up, Kyle?
Did you hear about the fire in the shoe factory? 10,000 souls were lost.
You look so anonymous
That's
right now. It's
sad.
kind of cool.
Should probably take that.
10,000 souls were lost. I
Let's
like
take
it.
this off so we can see Linky's face.
Oh, there he is. What's up, John? Shout
John
out
Hovel.
to his beautiful wife as always. What's up,
to
Tracy?
see y'all.
Jeanette, welcome.
See, look, Spray Shack doesn't even want me to do it. See, he knows it's a bad idea.
I think it's a great idea.
Bad idea.
You know how many viewers we'd get?
0. Everybody leave.
Oh
yeah.
Especially if you sang the song.
Baby Shark.
I'm too sexy for my shirt.
Brad says
Or
he'll
Baby
give us
Shark.
$100 if we put more clothes on, a mask on, and perhaps get longer cable and do the live from a different room. That's
We
funny.
could do that too. What's up, Tiffany? Cherie, I missed you earlier. Kind of sad you weren't there. How's everything going? What's up, Uncle Daddy? Who else? Who else? Love everybody that's here chatting. I love watching the chat while LT talks. Sometimes I try to be real serious and y'all don't let that happen. Hey, Mad.
Vigorously honest. Amanda, glad you're here, sister.
Mark.
Brittany.
Go.
Hey, what's up, Mark?
Yes,
Go.
indeed. The best choice I ever made was to walk back through the doors of AA to
Hey.
reach out for help. Called the AA hotline. Been working towards 6 years.
Yes.
I was the one who stayed sick for 6 years.
Dang. Good job, brother.
Yeah.
Mark, go. That's see, that's another thing about the community, man. People post, you don't know who's going to read that and be inspired and turn around and walk their butt back into a group of support. You know what I mean? That they need right when they need it. Whoa, big hump jumping on through with a big support.
Ready, Linky?
Thank you, Teeter.
Take it off. Take it off.
I'm not taking
Take
my
it
shirt
off.
off.
Take it off.
Oh,
Dang it.
that's only 85. So screw y'all anyway.
Ah, we were premature. We'll get this right.
It ain't happening. In the words of Kevin Hart, I learned how to say no. I learned how to say no, Jimmy.
Awesome, more G. We'll have to check out this book. Go to godschoseenones.org to look at his book.
Oh,
So,
cool. We'll go back to that.
Marcio, he just wrote a book. Just released a new book on recovery. Check it
Awesome,
out.
bro. Yeah, and he dropped the link. I hope
godschoseenones.org
/shop.
Yes.
Dude, maybe if hook up with me, send me a copy, and then I'll go through it on this channel with y'all if you want. I don't know, something to chew on. Maybe we could collaborate somehow.
That would be cool. And then we got Creepy with 7 months today. At a girl.
Yeah,
So proud.
Naomi.
So proud.
I was talking about you the other day because we were talking about we're feeling bad for people on what is it, the Stars or something, that singing show.
Oh, she bang.
No,
American Idol.
American Idol. We were talking about American Idol, and we feel bad for the people. Their whole life they've been told, "Oh, you're a great singer." And then they get up to American Idol and get humiliated because the truth of the matter is you couldn't sing, but everybody just was too scared to tell you the truth. But I was like, wait a minute, Naomi in our group, she can sing. Like she could do it on American Idol, and everybody would applaud.
Yeah, she's got a beautiful voice.
Yeah.
So awesome that you guys are watching. Shout out to your transition house. What up?
Awesome.
Since we ain't got Cassie here.
Shout out to that house.
Hey. Almost. We're almost there.
I'm not. No.
All right. Well,
It ain't happening.
What up, bro, Gene? Hey, Gail.
Do they need a quote?
Sheree says she's nominating MCC for American Idol. She's ducking amazing. So ducking amazing.
I was about to start saying that.
Linky,
Yeah.
why can't bowling pins be boxers? Why can't bowling pins be boxers? And we're going to talk about patience here in a minute, y'all. Have you been accused of being impatient, or you don't need anyone to tell you your patience isn't a strong skill? You ever had anybody say that? Like, bro, you could be a little more patient because you're a little off the hook. Is that you? Do you relate to that? I just want to tell you the good news is you can make improvements and become more of a patient person.
Can I start us off with a quote?
And Linky wants to start us off with a quote.
You get what you work for, not what you wish for.
Hey, you know what? That is a great idea, Jeanette. So if it happens, I think I'll send you the link. I'll just throw it in the chat. You get Alan on camera, and we'll just put him on the side like this. It'll be like that'll be Alan just sitting there shirtless. What do you say? I'm down for that.
Yes,
That
it
would be
dance every
awesome.
5 minutes.
Yeah. They're always being knocked down.
But they get up again.
Wait, what was
You're
it?
never going to
What
keep
was
them
the first
down.
part?
Why can't bowling pins be boxers? Because they're always being knocked down.
But they get up.
That's true.
Go, Alan, go.
Go, go.
There's probably the most patient person in the room right here, Kyle. And he's never been. Yeah, right. But there's benefits of being patient.
What's up?
If you're patient, you're perceived as more of a relaxed, friendly person. More patient people are better able to be focused on their goals. They can make more rational decisions. Yeah, you make a hasty decision because you're impatient. A lot of times we mess up, right? We're less, I'll say me. So more patient people are less prone for angry outbursts. I've become more patient in my recovery. You know, you go pre-recovery, and I was a very impatient person. If I'm working on something, I didn't get it cut just right, but I was like upset that I'd have to take it off the wall. This happened upstairs with a piece of sheetrock. I just rip it off the wall. And then guess what? Because of my impatience and angry outbursts, I'm back at Lowe's spending another $25 on a sheetrock and have to come back instead of just calmly being patient, taking it off the wall, cutting that 1/8 inch off where it needed to be. It's a great thing to improve on, being patient. You can learn new things rather than giving up out of impatience. You ever try to learn stuff and just say, screw it? You're reading a book, screw it. Or anything you're trying to cook, you're trying to do anything and learn, and you just give up because of impatience. That's what we want right now. My daughter got tested today. They went out to the pond and went fishing, and she realized that fishing is a game of patience. You don't just throw your hook in there like you see on TV and bam, you got a fish. You got to sit there and be bored and get nibbled and be disappointed.
They were a tease today.
Or hook a bag, a plastic bag, and reel it in thinking you got a fish, and it's just garbage.
That's true. Alan said if you do, he will.
Oh, I don't negotiate.
Negotiate with terrorists.
I don't negotiate with terrorists.
And Mark Go would love to share a story with you.
Oh, cool. Would love to, Mark. Reach out to me. Either hit me up on Facebook Messenger. If you go to our website, my cell phone's in there. It doesn't matter how you just decide to get a hold of me, because it just all comes to this device. So however you reach out, brother, that would be great.
2 for 1.
So practice being patient, right? This is some things you can do to practice being patient. It's making yourself do the things that are hard to do, making yourself do things you don't necessarily want to do. Like read a difficult novel, right? Read a book that's difficult to read and make a goal. I'm going to read half of this, and not in one sitting, but I'm going to get through half of it. But if you sit there for a half an hour or maybe even an hour and force yourself to read, when your mind wanders, redirect and refocus, that is patient building. You could do a big, large jigsaw puzzle, right? Or if you like math, you can do a Sudoku. You can commit to cooking meals from scratch. You buy all the raw ingredients and cook a whole meal. And like I said last time we went through this little part, don't lick the spoon or taste it. Well, unless you're trying to make sure it tastes good. But don't snack the whole meal away, and by the time you're done, you're full. Ban yourself from looking at your phone while you're waiting at appointments. Next time you're at the doctor's office and you got an hour wait ahead of you in 2 different places, leave your phone in the truck. That's just a way to practice patience. Focus on why you're impatient. Mindfulness, right? Look inward at yourself. Focus on the reason behind your impatience. This can shine a spotlight on your impatience. This is a good thing too, because you understand, why am I being so impatient? Do you detest hating and waiting in line at the grocery store? Okay, if you do, why? Are you hungry? Like, get out of the way. I need to freaking buy this food and go home and eat. I'm starving. Right? Or are you running late? You could be like, well, I'm hungry. And that's that tool we use in recovery. HALT. Hungry, angry, lonely, tired. What's going on with me right now? Why is my mood off? Am I hungry? Am I angry? Am I lonely and tired? Am I impatient? Use HALT. And if you're running late, you can only be late once. Calm down and don't stress yourself out. That's the goal of practicing patience at the end of the day, is to reduce stress and anxiety and have peace. That's the goal of recovery, is to be peaceful and serene and happy. And that's why we want to practice these things. Inspect the real reasons why you're feeling impatient. And when you acknowledge those reasons, you may be better placed to take control over those feelings and stop stressing about them. Stress has been linked to causing cancer. Stress has been linked to heart disease and stuff, right? Anxiety, lack of sleep. Get that under control, and you're going to be a healthier, happier person. Malcolm Ashley, welcome, brother. Good to be here. Glad you're here. Number 3, remind yourself that you are merely uncomfortable. We talked about this one last time. And we talked about a sweat lodge we went to one time. Legit sweat lodge, 4 hours, 4 different hour-long things, right? They'd open the door, cool it down, and then boom, round 2. Open the door, boom, round 3. By the time round 3 hit, everybody in that tent was ready to tap out. It was miserable. It was probably one of the worst experiences of my life. It's supposed to be this spiritual thing. I didn't get it. It was just miserable, right? But the lady inside, she's like, look at what you guys are doing. You're trying, because people are like, can you open the door? Can I get out of here? And she calmed everybody down. Hey, look at what you guys are doing. You're trying to escape. Again, run away from the uncomfortable situation you're in. Mm-hmm. Relate that to your addiction. Why did you run back to drugs? Why did you run back to alcohol? I'm uncomfortable. Learn to get comfortable being uncomfortable. In recovery, that's one of the main keys. If I were to do it all over again, what's the main thing I need to learn in recovery? There's many, but one of the first things would have been great to learn and like grasp. And when I say learn, I don't mean just hear it, because a lot of times in early recovery, he goes right out the other ear, right? But learn and grasp. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. And that's just life in general anyway. I was thinking about that the other day. My friends came over and I hadn't seen them for a while. And so they brought pizza and they came and hung out, and I've been on the couch for 4 days, and we laughed for like 3 hours. And I was thinking, though I had a wonderful time and I love their company, but I was like, and people chase like that type of entertainment, right? I always have to be entertained. I always got to be happy. I always got to be fun. I always got to be laughing, which is nothing wrong with that. But I was like, you know what? I couldn't laugh every day, from morning to night, because my cheeks were starting to hurt. And I was like, I'm kind of getting sick of laughing. I'm like, life is not all about laughing. It just made me have a whole life thought about why we're here on earth. And life is not always about being pleasure, and sometimes doing, we have to work. We have to do things that are uncomfortable. We have to do things we don't want to do. And practicing patience is going to help us do that, right? Mm-hmm. Life is the longest thing any of us will do. But sometimes mere minutes can feel like they're forever, like an eternity. And it's only been 3 minutes. What the heck is going on? When you feel like you're in those situations, like you got put on hold, you just want them to fix the internet. It's been 45 minutes, or you're trying to pay a bill, or you're stuck in traffic. It can feel extremely uncomfortable, right? You're waiting with little to no control over the situation. However, try to remember, you're just simply uncomfortable. Get comfortable in those situations and learn how to be comfortable while being uncomfortable. These situations are not impossible or life-threatening, so even though it may be unenjoyable at the time, it is certainly bearable. Learning to recognize and accept discomfort may make it easier to cope with.
Should we talk about discomfort for a minute? Take it off. Take it off. Come on, get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Ain't happening.
It'll be great. You can give them an example.
It isn't. No.
Come on.
Y'all are going to learn something tonight, and
Alan's
that's how to say.
Truffle shuffle.
Is he going to do it? If he does it, I'll do it. You guys are bad. That's peer pressure. See how easy you could talk me into doing drugs?
Says the man who won't take off his shirt.
Oh my God.
The internet, we're on the same way.
Damn you two. I'm not happy about this right now. Give me a sheet that I could like hang right here. No, I think Alan should just do it.
What a wuss.
Screw you, Brad. You did. You sounded exactly like you.
Brad.
You did. Not cool.
Aw, keep it on.
Thank you, Epi. Thank you, Epi. Good lordy. And I'm going to take the second part, or the fourth thing in our list of 22. Distract yourself. So I'm changing the subject.
Well, we'll bring it back around later.
Many situations that demand patience, like this one here. You guys are trying to get me to take my shirt off. And I'm going to be patient. Well, you're going to watch me put this into practice.
Bow, chicka, wow, wow.
Many situations that demand patience require you to wait, such as long plane ride or a lengthy line at the restaurant. Take these opportunities. Look at them as opportunities. That's another thing we could do in recovery is when we do come across these tests in our recovery. Traffic sucks. The guy in front of you cut you off. It's not something that happened and you need to react because you got mad. It's a test, right? And you can look at it that way. Now, you can look at it as an opportunity to put your recovery into practice. You're at the grocery store. You're in a long line. Oh, man, I'm impatient. Wait a minute. No, this is a place this is an opportunity for me to practice patience, right? In these scenarios, there's nothing you can do to speed things up, but you can fill that time to distract yourself. You can always have a podcast queued up and ready. Most people these days have their phone and their earbuds or whatever in their pocket, and they're listening to something anyway. You can have your stuff queued up for those moments to, let me pick back up on that educational recovery podcast or educational recovery audiobook that I was just listening to, and boop, and learn. You got 20 minutes, an opportunity to practice patience and fill your head with knowledge and information, right? Play games. I'm not much. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. I love playing Black Ops. There's always ways to fill your time that don't include simply fuming over the situation. If you notice yourself fuming over the situation, don't fill the time with that. find something productive to do with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Alan is sending you a pic, and you can show it to everybody.
Oh, snap.
Everybody in the house.
Ah, snap. I'm going to queue up for Facebook here.
Brad said, "No worries, we'll get his clothes off in the late Zoom."
Brad, once again, shut up.
Ep says SpongeBob is way better looking than your chest hair. I did do the bow chicka wow wow. And Teeter says it's a fundraiser. He's just doing his job. Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be fun.
Oh, we're making it fun. Patience and tolerance. Yes.
Oh, look at that sexy man.
Look, y'all paid for Alan.
Whoops.
Woo. Meow, meow, meow.
Let me come back here. Let's get a zoom in on that. Hi, Alan.
Everybody, Alan, everyone.
There's Alan, y'all. Oh, Chihuahua. Yeah, laughing.
You gotta
good.
at least show them your boobs then.
No. There you go.
Give him some chest hair.
No, because they probably think I'm buff and I'm going to take it off and I have to take this girdle off and all of a sudden it's like, "Brah!" Gotta take my corset off.
Brad, you know what? Honestly, guys, he's finally wearing a shirt that isn't swallowing him. Missing all that gym time and shrinking back down and wearing all his big clothes. At least this shirt fits.
He's not wrong. Thanks, Brad. I've only been wallowing in self-pity and now that just made it worse. Number 5, know what triggers your impatience. If the light bulb in your bathroom blows out one morning, it's probably going to be a little minor inconvenience. But if it blows out for the 4th time that day, you'd have to be a saint to not get impatient, right? Little things that just stack up. Most of us have common triggers that set off feelings of impatience, and they often come from reoccurring events. They could be anything from noisy neighbors every night to kids not tidying up, cleaning up after themselves, the dishes always not being done. The list goes on that things that can drive our impatience. But Jake said something to me today about a thing that happened in his life, and it was over dishes. And he said, you know what? Dishes are stupid. They're so unimportant. Why even have emotions over them? I was like, oh, wow, that's nice. Oh, you got responsibilities. You got to clean them up and stuff, but why freak out about it? That's what our point of recovery is, right? We all of a sudden we're feeling these emotions we've never felt before. This is a great way to start mindfully taking control over those emotions and putting into practice these opportunities that arise for us to practice patience, right? Recognizing these triggers can help you manage your impatient responses. You can either find ways to alleviate or avoid them, or you can call your sponsor, your counselor, or whatever, right? Or learn to accept that they will continue to occur and your being impatient won't help in the slightest. You know, life is going to happen. There's no point. So like we said before, like we read in the 24-hour day, get up and pray and ask God for help, right? And that day you can say, hey, Lord, I'm about to embark on this crazy day. Help me to stay sober. And when the opportunities to practice my patience come, please let that be my first thought. This is an opportunity, without blowing your handle and doing your first knee-jerk reaction, right? Count to 10, like Sylvia said. That's a great way.
That is good.
Going back to the last one, another thing that can trigger your impatience is when your phone's about to die, but there's no outlet near you. Just always have a book on hand.
Yeah. Keep a book in your pocket, Linky says. Practice empathy. This is a great one. In many cases, the reason for your impatience is another person. And in most cases, a little empathy can go a long way. Kindness, right? If you can choose anything in the world to be kind. And that's a great one. I always think about that now when I'm driving and the person in front of me, and I have to think about it like this because back, months and a year ago or so, my driving, I'm a really aggressive, fast driver, even when I'm not in a hurry. That's just the way I drive. Somebody in front of me, I'm like, you could have made it. Look at that. There was a huge gap. You could have turned left. And I had to tell myself, look, that's their car. That's their life. They can drive as safe as they want for them. And I can sit back here and just be patient about it. If I want to risk me and my family's life by trying to hurry up through an intersection, that's my problem. That person wants to take it safe. They're doing the best they can in life. You know what I mean? Just think about things like that. Somebody behind you starts honking at you. Don't instantly flip them the bird and we're immediately angry at each other. Oh, maybe this person has an emergency. Try to let your thoughts become the empathetic thoughts first. Start training your mind to do those things. Imagine you're stuck behind an elderly gentleman or a woman in line at the grocery store, fuming as you watch them slowly count out their coins or they're still writing checks, whatever those are, right? This is your time to take a moment. Remember to be empathetic rather than be impatient. If they are making you run late, think of them as your own relative. Like, what if that was my grandma? I could maybe think, oh, this is a cute moment. Look at her still thinking it's 1930, counting coins, instead of just going beep, like we like to do.
Yeah.
Remind yourself that the cause of your impatience is only... Oh, that reminds me of a story. So next time you're at Maverick or any of the places that have the card that goes beep, and I got this off of a TikTok, and it's funny if you do it. Take your credit card. If you wear masks, put it in your mask. If you have a hat, put it up in your hat. And as soon as I say, that'll be $13.50, please, say a lengthy prayer. Pray. Let the line behind you and everybody start looking at you like, what is this guy doing? And pray, right? And they don't know the card's in your hat. And as soon as you're done, you pray, you grab the machine and go. And it goes beep, and it pays. Holy cow, the reaction from people is awesome.
They're like, what did I just witness?
I had a whole Maverick laughing one day doing that.
This is awesome.
What?
What did I just see?
This is cool. The guy like come back around.
Yeah. Remind yourself that the cause of your impatience is only human, and they're likely doing the best they can. People around you we're just trying to get through life the best we can. They're doing it too. And don't take it personal because they're probably not even thinking about you. This may help you feel considerably more patient in that moment. Empathy, write it down, write it on your hand. I'm going to be empathetic today. Rewrite it when it wears off after the shower. I'm going to be empathetic today.
Don't make everybody else have to care about you. You should start caring about everybody else.
Yeah, don't make everybody have to care about you. You can care about everybody else, Linky says.
Yeah, I like it.
Sylvia says what?
Give the world the best you have, and the best will come back to you. We'll see you later, Mo.
My Mo, have a good night.
Ep says, you want a test of patience? Cook a thick steak on low heat when you're hungry and don't have a snack.
Yeah. And butter. That
It's okay
sounds
to eat
good.
it raw. It's fine.
Number 7 on our list is practice meditation and mindfulness. Meditation and mindfulness are useful tools for dealing with practically any negative emotion, and they are especially effective for impatience. Mindfulness is considered to be a mental skill in which proponents pay attention to the present moment, allowing them to feel aware of their thoughts and feelings and be grateful for the small things. Go to a park, sit on a bench, close your eyes. How do I feel emotionally? And take an inventory of it. How do I feel physically? Oh, there's a cool breeze. Throw your hood up if you need to. What are the sounds around me? And you take and practically immerse yourself into the moment of everything happening inside and outside of your body, and think about what you hear, sound, feel, smell, anything, and watch how it takes your mind off of you. You immediately forget about everything else. It's a mental skill, right? Square breathing.
Breathe in, hold, breathe out, breathe normal.
Very good. Breathing techniques are awesome. Meditation is a chance to simply breathe, just like Linky said. Fill the body, relax. Focus on nothing more than the next breath, which can help you reset thinking and move the focus away from negative emotions. These two practices together can offer powerful antidote to the stress of impatience, and various studies have even documented their positive effects on lowering blood pressure, decreasing anxiety and stress, and improving blood circulation. This stuff is good for your body. Impatience and stress, bad for your body. And that's all us addicts and alcoholics. How often, and I always think about meth. I look back at the like the worst things for the body, besides injecting poison into them, obviously, is lack of sleep, lack of good nutrition and not eating, stress, and paranoia, which meth highly induces all those. You don't eat, you don't sleep, you're paranoid and stressed out about everything, plus you're injecting or smoking horrible chemicals into your body. It's time now that we're in recovery to start taking care of all of those things, and through practicing patience can get us there.
Amen.
You want to talk to him? Talk to everybody?
Uncle Daddy just says my favorite place to meditate is out in the woods.
Us too.
And PD would just like to know what happened to Cassie time.
Yeah, I reached out to her. She's been really busy lately. So I'll reach out to her again and see how she's doing.
Mhm.
Yeah, Jeanette is absolutely correct on this.
Don't ask God for patience. He has a funny way of giving you more test of patience to help you gain more. It's not fun, but I guess it works.
Oh, you want to be patient? Here's an opportunity.
I like that. That reminded me of like when you're pregnant and all you see is pregnant people, or if you get a new car and you only see that car. It's like when you pray for something, that's all you see.
You pray for something, but everybody around you has it, but you don't. Yeah.
Keep going.
But if you're continually practicing patience, also a good thing. I like to I feel like I'm a fairly patient person, but what helps me to be patient is using a lot of these tools already, and mostly is just putting myself in someone else's shoes. I think that is the best way that I've learned to be patient with people. Like, oh, if I was that person, I probably would want to be patient. Like if somebody's behind me and in a hurry, I'm like, gosh, what if their kids hurt or something? Like, because been there, done that. I've been in that hurry, so I'm always trying to make sure I get over. Or standing in the grocery line. That one's kind of tough. I usually just play on my phone. Or pick on the kids. Mostly I just pick on the kids. It's kind of my favorite.
We all have telephones and technology these days, and they're amazing, right? And there's an app for everything. So download a couple apps, and here's a few: Headspace, Smiling Mind, Personal Zen, Calm Building Patience, and Happify. These are all apps you can download that help you achieve these patience, right? It's patient building apps and help you meditate and stuff like that. Even though some of these apps are not designed purely for patience building, they are focused on mental health in some form, which can affect your propensity for impatience. Headspace is one. Smiling Mind is another. Personal Zen, Calm, Build Patience, and Happify. Number 9 on our list is note down your impatience. Write it down. Sometimes simply acknowledging a bad habit can help reduce it. Consider how people use swear jars to stop themselves from swearing. You can apply the same sort of method to your impatience. Use a notepad, an app on your phone, or physical diary to write down every instance your impatience bubbles over. And on top of that, I've seen people put rubber bands on their wrist, right? You start feeling impatient, you smack it to kind of shock you into being very mindful of what you're doing. You'll quickly be able to identify common trends and triggers. If you start writing things down, you can start documenting the trends, right? As well as see how much time you are wasting on being impatient. Holy crap, I just wasted 3 hours today feeling like crap. You may also be able to look back on your situation with more objectivity now that you have calmed down. A lot of times, calming down to make decisions is the best way to do it, right? And realize that your impatience was unfounded, which, yeah, you lose perspective on things when you're impatient and getting angry. You don't perceive what's really going on, and you can make irrational decisions. So you calm down, write it down, and look back, and then you can make a more sound decision on it. And this is going to better prepare you how to deal with similar situations in the future.
Sometimes I just have to think through things rationally too. I don't know how, like standing in a grocery line and knowing there's like 3 people and I'm like, oh, I need to go. And then I'm like, wait a second, I have to stay here because I have to wait for these people and it's going to take this long and it's going to be all right. Like just talking through it rationally, that seems to help.
Amen. Go ahead.
Daily devotion, being unsatisfied is the worst thing, and having the curve to change and make the right choice.
Retrain or teach those who make you impatient. In some cases, your impatience will stem from someone else's impatience, mistakes, or failures to follow procedure. This generally occurs at work, although impatience can also stem from partners, friends, children, or companions you employ for service. In these cases, the problem could be solved by you spending some time retraining and teaching those involved. And that's just a huge communication thing too, right? Whether it is someone at work who is making regular repeated mistakes or a housekeeping company that cleans your house incorrectly each week, these are issues you can improve with training. Hey, look at this, let's correct this, and that's going to help us both out. For example, if you're feeling impatient because your assistant at work keeps sending you emails riddled with typos, which that would be me, you can sit down with them and improve the situation. You can talk through more common or embarrassing misspellings or help them install a better spell checker. It'll take time and investment now, but it should remove the cause, right, of future impatience. So just look for ways to get rid of impatience. And that goes to the God, grant me the serenity to change those things I can, right?
Petey says his gratitude book that he won in the raffles really helped him with his patience. Real talk.
Yeah.
I want that book. I need to know what it's called. I forgot. It was like the last one at Target.
I want one too. That was a cool
But it
book.
was way cool.
Stop being impatient about worrying about the future and just think about right now.
Yeah.
Living in the
Mindfulness,
now.
living in the now. Give yourself a break. Give yourself a timeout, literally. Go outside for 10 minutes. Take a quick walk around the block, or simply walk away from the cause of your impatience. This quick break can help you to clear your head and approach the issue with problem-solving logic rather than helpful impatience. I kind of practice this and have built it into my schedule when I'm editing during the day on my computer, editing, and you just thought, and then we got the 1 o'clock Zoom, and everything just gets really, overwhelming in the sense of just looking at all this stuff and clicking buttons and thinking, and your creativity, my creativity can kind of go down the tubes a little bit. So around 2 o'clock, I just unplug. I go on the couch, I lay there for 20 minutes, sometimes longer, and just knock out for a minute. And then I come back to it and I feel better. I'm calmer and I'm more creative again. And it's just a break. Give yourself a break throughout the day. If you're doing something repetitively, just go walk around the block. I love it. Accept what you cannot change. Number 12, many situations in life require patience, and often there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Perhaps you're waiting to hear back from the bank, or you're wanting to recover from an injury so you can get out and exercise again. These things can simply take time. Stressing about it doesn't help the situation or you.
Well, there you go.
That's
There's
me in
some
a
advice.
nutshell right there. Holy crap.
Your little giggle, though.
Acknowledge these moments and strive to accept them. Overanalyzing and overthinking them will only stress you out further. Man, it's like it's written right for me right now. But if you accept that you can't change the situation, you'll be free to let your mind wander to more positive places. I love that.
I like that. You'll be free to let your mind wander to more positive places, because you get trapped in this crazy overthinking. Then you're just a prisoner to the negativity.
Yeah, tell them to get the heck away from you. I tell my kids the same thing, and it seems like kids do. The dogs do it too. I lock the doors. Leave me alone right now. Leave me alone for 5 minutes. Go, get away. 5 minutes. Go back. Go clean. You guys are bored? I'm gonna give you something to do.
I don't know why they like the bathroom.
I know. Hey, what are you
It's
doing?
probably because you're trapped and they have your full attention.
Yeah. Maybe, huh?
That's my new theory.
Me and Malcolm are going through the same thing. That's funny. They picked the lock. Yeah, so does our daughter. Millie even kicks in doors and yells FBI. She's like, FBI, bam.
She's crazy.
Even cats. Yeah. That reminds me, my uncle named one of his cats Migo.
Oh my God.
Big O, awesome. This cat was awesome. Big O cat. He named it Migo because every time he went to the bathroom, the cat went to the bathroom. So he named these. Every time you go, Migo. So he named the cat Migo.
We should name all our kids that.
Migo.
Migo, you go, he go, she go. I got 'em
Hello,
all named.
friends. Millie is cute and crazy.
Yes, she is.
Focus on the big picture. Do any of us lose sight of the big picture here?
Hi, Misha.
Will the cause of your impatience matter in 5 years' time? Will it even matter in 5 hours? If I freak out and stress about this right now, is it going to add value to my life in 5 years? Answer that question. Often the reason behind what you might be feeling impatient is not the end of the world, and reminding yourself that it doesn't interfere with the big picture, you may be able to let it go more easily. If something small or insignificant is driving you batty, try to place it in the context of the big picture. Remember the goal. Number 14. Slightly different from thinking of the big picture. Remember the goal is a way to move through impatience by keeping a specific reason in mind. Just on read.
Oh, he just said I really needed this meeting tonight. Y'all don't know.
Oh, that's a blessing to hear, man.
And Naomi
Gives us
thinks-
encouragement to stay here.
Yeah. I agree. Sorry.
No place is boring. If you had a good night's sleep and have a pocket full of unexposed film.
Thanks, creepy.
No place
She's
is
all right.
boring. If you had a good night's sleep and have a pocket full of unexposed film. I don't get it. Someone explain that to me. It's over my head, bud.
No, we'll never know.
All right. So, for example, of remember the goal, waiting out a toddler's tantrum is never easy, but the reason you're doing it might be to teach them that screaming doesn't result in them getting what they want. Or perhaps you're putting up with a difficult situation at work, knowing that your perseverance will put you in a good state for promotion. Just what's the goal, right? I'm going to chill through this one. No matter the exact situation, if you have a specific reason for putting yourself through discomfort, maintain laser focus on that reason instead of wallowing in the discomfort itself. Look at the kid.
Aw.
Find healthy ways to alleviate your impatience. Finding a healthy outlet for negative emotions is a useful skill for anyone and for any unwanted feelings. Working out is that for me. I go to the gym. I'm in a bad headspace. I work out for 45 minutes and get my blood boiling, a flop sweat, get tired. That type of dopamine release is just serenity now for me. On the way home, it's just like, I just feel so comfortable.
I love watching funny things or listening to my favorite songs.
That's
My
good,
favorite
me too.
happy songs.
Some find an outlet through various forms of exercise, yoga, running, but some other people turn to creative outlets,
Like car karaoke.
scrapbooking, writing, whatever, cooking, gardening. Find outlets for your frustrations and turn them into whenever you feel overwhelmed. Go ahead.
Just says when my daughter is literally up my butt. We know how tall she is. I have to remind myself that she just loves me so much. It helps to calm my mood for the moment. I always think that they're only little once. They're only going to be this small one time. So I try and enjoy all the craziness, like that time Millie drew up and down the hallways.
Yeah, we got some good pictures of
Couldn't
that.
even be mad at her because she was so proud of it.
Yeah, she definitely sharpied the walls really good that day. Number 16, look around you. How are other people dealing with the same difficult situation? We're not unique. We're not the only ones feeling this way. We're not the only ones that are getting ourselves or life presenting these type of situations to us. There are many times when you're not suffering through trying situations by yourself, like all of us here at Recovering Addict. We're all going through the same thing together, so we can turn to each other.
Mm-hmm.
You have two options for dealing with it. In the first, you can learn from other people, watch how they dealt with it, and emulate their calm responses to improve your own patience. Second, you can be one leading by example. If you're feeling ready to scream internally, an audience can help you to rein in your annoyance and put on a face of stoicism and practicality. You can either look to the person leading by example, or you can be the one leading by example. Because we're looking to each other, right?
Yeah.
Remember that you won't become a patience guru overnight. Be patient about becoming patient.
Good luck.
It even says that. It even says, this might be ironic, but be patient with your impatience. That's funny. Allow yourself to be impatient sometimes. What? Number 18 says, allow yourself to be impatient sometimes. There are some events in life that are too
Honorious?
honorious.
Honoris? Onerous.
Weird.
Onerous.
Honorious. Too frustrating and too disappointing to merely take a deep breath and move on. In these rare moments, you can allow yourself to be impatient. Telling yourself that you'll never again feel impatient is akin to telling yourself that you'll never eat another French fry. I will master this today. Obviously, that ain't going to happen, right? Just like a strict diet, we fail. We're going to fail at this too. As long as you aren't hurting someone, venting your frustration to a friend, finding a pillow to punch, or going somewhere isolated to release a scream can help that out too. It's okay to let it out sometimes in a healthy way. It may help you to be patient the rest of the time, knowing that you can save your impatience for moments that truly warrant, right? Your kids are acting up. It's just one of those days. You've been awake for 4 hours and you're at your wit's end. Go outside about 25 feet from the house and just scream and throw something. It might make you feel better.
Yeah, I like it. Says about the strict diet, the occasional indulgence can be key to letting these impulses out of your system.
Yep, that's why we have our earned meals, right? On Saturday nights. That's where I smash a whole pizza.
That doesn't go for drug use.
No. Nope, no relapsing.
Oh, that was not what I was thinking. When you smile, your cheeks go up, and so should your attitude.
When you smile, your cheeks go up, just like your attitude.
My nose scrunches up too. I feel for the recovering addict community. I am one myself, 15 years strong from M. That said, there is one here who is truly
Sick.
Baby, I don't want to read all that. Well, you can tell us about that later, bud. We didn't proofread that.
Yeah, whoopsie. We're not here to hurt or expose anybody.
Yeah, or talk badly.
That
We're here to
person.
work on ourselves. We cannot change others.
Nope. Focus on the small wins. Do you guys pat yourself on the back for things? Certain processes take a long time and it can feel like you're making zero progressions despite your efforts. However, even in these cases, there are likely still small, even microscopic successes along the way. Focus on these small wins and remind yourself that progress is being made, even if it's a snail's pace. And that's recovery right there in a nutshell. We make it, what do we say? Progress, not perfection. And pat yourself on the back. And if you see somebody, like we've always talked about in early recovery, us addicts coming off of drugs and alcohol, we got low self-esteem. We're in self-negative thinking. We're beating ourselves up, you know? So if you see an addict or anybody in particular, anybody really, give them compliments, tell them good jobs on little things that they do, encourage one another and encourage yourself. Look in the mirror and say, hey, you just sat in line while that lady was writing a check and you didn't freak out. You did something positive. Good job. It's okay.
Yeah. Brad said this live was awesome. Glad. I'm waiting so.
Patience. Good job. He's been so patient for this live stream. It's awesome.
Good job. Good
Hey,
job, Brad.
Brad. Good job, brother.
You're welcome.
Distress in other areas. As often as not, losing patience is a symptom. You may be overtired, stressed, or otherwise feeling down, which creates an atmosphere in which the slightest grievance can feel like the most cumbersome halt, right? Hungry, angry, lonely, tired. Instead, putting your focus on maintaining your cool through situations. Move your energies towards de-stressing in other areas. This could mean basically evaluate your life. Are you doing things throughout the day that you don't need to do, that you could remove from your day to help your stress levels out? Taking on less work, delegating more tasks, taking time off for yourself. Are you getting enough sleep? I know I'm not. My sleep, I'm trying to reset my schedule, but it flips. It's hard, but I'll get it. Go on vacation.
Yes, please.
Whatever method you find to reduce your everyday stress, you may find it easier to improve your patience by cutting away underlying reasons you're feeling so impatient. Just evaluate your day. What can you cut out to free up some of your time to work on yourself? Pride yourself in your patience. When you consider patience to be a skill, just like baking or piano playing, you can allow yourself to take pride in it. When you pride your patience, you will start to see yourself as someone who is adept at patience. In this case, it could be a fake it till you make it experience. Seeing yourself as patient can also help you become truly patient faster. In tense moments, this self-reminder can help you hold on to your composure and exclude nothing but patience, which, if you're feeling that way, you're feeling that way. It doesn't mean you have to act out on it. That's the fake it till you make it thing, right? Oh man, okay, I'm just going to swallow it. I'm going to be patient. And through action, you are being patient, even though you feel it inside. And you keep practicing that, your emotions will follow.
Mm-hmm.
And number 22, ask others for help. Finally, if it's not a situation that you can improve, you may be able to ask others for their help instead. For example, perhaps you are struggling through writing a report at work when other team members are not contributing their share. Before you quickly lose patience with everyone, talk to upper management about the issue and ask for help. Help will always help, right?
Yeah.
Losing patience rarely happens in a vacuum, and since other people are therefore almost always involved, there will almost always be an opportunity to reach out. So that's 22 ways to improve your patience, everybody.
That's a lot of ways.
And choose what you're going to put in the comments here. If it's going to actually add value, that was a waste of a huge paragraph. Putting that there did not add any value, zero value. Nobody knew who you're talking about, and it's not going to actually change any situation. And if you're truly worried about that, confront that person.
Safely.
I
would love to come to Oz. That would be amazing.
You know what really made me wanted to move to Australia? We were talking about the population, and there's like 328 million people in the United States. There's 25 million people in Australia, and we're about the same size country.
Let's go. Either that or Belize. Fleas? How about Belize, fleas, and Belize?
So we're giving a car away here on Recovering Addict. I want to remind everybody, this is not our car giveaway. We were chosen as a medium that this car would be given away through. Steve Henry from the new Steve Henry Show on YouTube. If you go to his channel, subscribe, comment, he'll put you in for this drawing. This is his giveaway. So I don't want y'all saying Recovering Addicts, awesome. They gave away a car. Recovering Addicts, amazing. Those guys are just so generous. We were lucky enough to be chosen by this dude to give away a car. He is the one that everybody should be thanking and patting on the back and giving props to, right? Give props to Steve because he's the one through Teeter. Teeter found him. He saw our channel. As anybody out there can relate to recovering addicts, either being one or, loving someone who is. And so let him know that you guys appreciate what he's doing. We are still trying to pick a day. We're looking in about a week, maybe 8 or 9 days away. He's going to spin the wheel. He's going to draw the name, and he's going to choose his winner. A couple weeks later, we're going to logistically figure out how we're going to get this car to everybody. But anyway, everybody just reach out to Steve if you're appreciative, like we are, because Flaze and I aren't benefiting from this at all. I mean, if anything, we got to travel now. We got to go far. But which is fine. I love it. I love that, God, our higher power, whatever you want to call it, was able to bless through us one of you out there. And he used Steve as the giver and us as the medium through that. And we're just here for the ride like you all. So everybody, thanks Steve for his generous heart and what he's actually doing, because he's given away a 2015. Like when I think of like cars, I'm like 1990, man, that's still new, that's like that's what I would, that's what we have a 2000 Chevy, just a little, you have to roll the window up like this still. I'm like, man, 2015, those are nice. That's only like 5-6 years old. It's got nice rims. It's red, 6-speed, good gas mileage. I think it has 3 rows of seats. I might be wrong.
Yeah, it's so crazy that a 2000 is 20 years old now.
A 2000 is 20 years old now. This is a 2015 Patriot. So anyway, I just want y'all to just realize that it's not us giving this car away, that Steve Henry is the man of this great giveaway, that he's just it's so generous to give away a car. I mean, the dude's he blows my mind. This guy just blows my mind. I have to call him to get clarifications on his text because he's just so, man, the guy's just a
It's
genius.
automatic.
It is automatic, yeah.
He said it's a great Jeep. And Green Eyed Cat said he'd pick us up from the airport.
Oh,
Except for you're clicking at things too.
oh, sorry. If you come to Australia, I'll get you from the airport. No joke. Deal.
Right.
Bro, so like I said, we're gearing up to sell this house. I got to take care of some odds and ends, you know, because we remodeled. If you've been following this channel for a while, you know that we've remodeled a lot of things in here. And there's just a little freaking nitpicky crap I got to take care of. I got to do a trim around the window. I got to hang a light in the kitchen. I got to do the closet. A couple little things need to be painted. You know, just little odds and ends. And then we're putting it on the market and then it sells. We're going to take the equity from the house and we're going to open a business of, I'm ready for something. I'm physically, personally, I'm ready. I think Felice and I are for something tangible. In a local area. We don't know quite where yet. We've been contemplating different states and cities, but we're looking around for that. But we want to take the equity of the house, buy another house, a cheaper, smaller, downsized house. Like, you know, if you've been watching this channel from the beginning, we have been downsizing everything to make this possible. This will be another step in downsizing and actually opening something tangible, a legit box business building you can knock on.
Mm-hmm.
And however that works out, you know, we're just guided by passion and our higher power to do so. And that's the direction we're headed. And so opportunity for travel is going to come up. So there is a possibility, Brian, that we might be able to come out there. You know, if we could come out there, buy a house and open a business, maybe we'll do that.
He said that he'll give us a ride to Cherie's house.
Sweet.
And awesome, Petey. Thanks for shouting out Steve.
Yeah. I heard the opposite of that when you texted me the other day. Hi, Millie.
And not moving to Memphis?
They can see you.
You ruined it. Don't do it to me. Yep, we're moving to the res.
We're coming to visit you, Malcolm. All right, ready?
Mm-hmm.
God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
And another thing, dear Lord, I want to help out the suffering addict and pray that we can open a business somewhere out there. And in the name we pray, amen.
Amen. All right, y'all. Till Tuesday, we will be back, and we were going to jump in back into our book. I want to finish this book so we can get into our next book. So until then, what?
So we need to invite everybody to Brad's late Zoom.
Oh, tonight is Brad's Zoom meeting. Please jump in there if you're struggling, if you need support, if you just want to hang out and chit chat. Sometimes we just have amazing conversations. That's the cool thing, real quick, y'all. The cool thing about this new world we're living in with the Zoom and the recovery and all that, we are learning so much about different cultures across the country. Everything's integrated. I love it. So if it's a great place where we can learn like what it's like over there, they can learn like what it's like over here, vice versa. It's just a great place to just, if you don't have anybody in your life right now, you can set up, like sometimes 4 or 5 of us just set up our phones or our laptops are pointed at us. We're not even hardly saying much. Some of us are playing video games while a couple other people are chatting. We just hang out together, or we get into, if you have something's on your heart, we talk about it. It's just a great community with friends. So I'll see you guys all in the Zoom meeting, and then we will be back live next Tuesday to go through our book, It Will Never Happen to Me. So until then, do not put yourself in a high-risk situation. Stay strong, work your program, and remember, we recover better together.